Listen, your wife doesn't want a CEO, she wants a king. Brother, there's a truth men run from, a truth I ran from for years, a truth I had to confront through pain, drift, betrayal, breakdown, and rebirth. It's this: your family doesn't need a businessman. Your family needs a king. Not a tyrant, not a dictator, not a passive nice guy, not a hustling workaholic, not a disconnected provider, not a man buried in his phone, his stress, or his ambition. They need a king, a man who leads with spiritual authority, a man who loves with intention, a man who protects with clarity, a man who guides with truth, a man who brings order in chaos, and a man who brings presence, not pressure. A man whose heart is aligned with God, whose actions are aligned with purpose, and whose spirit is aligned with calling. This is what your family's craving, and they are quietly suffering while waiting for that man to emerge. Let's talk about it. See, the secret silence of marriage. Your wife loves you, but she's tired. Tired of waiting for you to slow down. Tired of carrying the emotional load alone. Tired of watching you drown in work with no rhythm. Tired of seeing your eyes glaze over with stress. Tired of hoping this busy season will end. Tired of feeling like she's competing with your phone, your success, or your anxiety. She doesn't want more money. She doesn't want more hustle. She doesn't want more gifts. She wants more presence. Presence born from alignment. Presence born from clarity. Presence born from spiritual grounding. Presence born from a man who knows exactly who he is and where he's going. Your children feel it too. Dad is there, but not really. Dad is providing, but not leading. Dad is surviving, but not guiding. Dad is achieving, but not connecting. Brother, I say this with love because I've lived it. Your family is waiting for you to come home. Not physically, spiritually. So why do men lose their families in this AI era? Listen, it's not the technology that destroys marriages. It's the pressure, the overwhelm, the acceleration, the identity crisis, the spiritual numbness, and the drowning information with the lack of revelation, the absence of order, the collapse of masculine leadership. You see, AI is amplifying everything broken inside of a man. If he lacks systems, chaos increases. If he lacks identity, confusion increases. If he lacks discipline, distraction increases. If he lacks connection, isolation increases. If he lacks spiritual grounding, anxiety increases. If he lacks vision, fear increases. And when the man breaks, the family breaks. Your wife can feel when you're out of alignment. Your children can feel when you're overwhelmed. Your home can feel when your spirit is fragmented. A man cannot lead his family if he's not led by God. He cannot lead his wife if he cannot lead himself. He cannot guide his home if his internal world is chaos. He cannot create peace if he does not carry peace. This is why God is calling men back to spiritual authority, especially now, because families cannot thrive in a world where fathers are spiritually asleep. So the king's foundation has always been the core four. There's a reason the core four still stands after a decade. Body with strength, discipline, energy, and vitality. Being, prayer, revelation, meditation, alignment, balance, marriage, children, communication, and connection, and ultimately business, purpose, profit, systems, and leadership. The core four is the kingship blueprint. It forms the foundation of a man who can lead with power, love with depth, build with strategy, hear from God, guide with clarity, protect with confidence, multiply focus, connect with presence. Without the core four, a man drifts. With the core four, a man becomes a king. The kingdom model of masculinity is simple, but here's the truth. Your wife doesn't want control. She wants covering. She wants confidence. She wants a man who is led by something greater than himself. She wants a man that she can trust with her heart, not just her home. She wants a king who can hold the pressure and turn it into purpose. Your children don't want perfection. They want direction. They want a father who shows them strength by example, a father who walks in truth, a father who apologizes when he fails, a father who listens when they speak, a father whose life inspires them, not intimidates them. Your family doesn't need a superhero. They need a spirit-led man, because a man without God is a man without guidance, and a man without guidance is a man without peace, and a man without peace is a man who slowly destroys his home. WorkOn 5 is the king's activation. Brother, it's not just a business event. It's not just an AI event. It's not even just a warrior event. It's a kingship activation. Over 3 days, you will rebuild your masculine identity, restore your connection to God, strengthen your marriage leadership model, reconnect to your children's hearts, learn how to pray like a warrior, install the prayer stack, install the Warrior Business Bible, build emotional, spiritual, and operational stability, bolt AI into your company so you can win without losing your family, build your 2026 battle plan across body, being, balance, and business, and ultimately step into the king your household has been praying for. Your family doesn't need you more productive. They need a reborn version of you. And this is where it happens. So bottom line, brother, your wife feels the shift. Your children feel the shift. Your spirit feels the shift. And whether you admit it or not, you know it's time to rise. Not as a hustler, not as a grinder, not as a provider, not as a CEO, as a king. The anointed masculine leader God designed you to be. WarriorCon 5 is where the man steps forward. You are that man. Early bird ends December 1st. Answer the call. Secure your ticket to WarriorCon 5 today.